In this video, I'm going to show you how to start an Etsy shop. So the first thing we're going to do, copy the link that I have provided you in this lesson. You're going to copy the link and you're going to paste it in here and go to that page. So the reason I want you to use this link is because it will give you 40 items to list for free. Usually each item is 20 cents, but using this link, you will get 40 items to start off for free. So that's a really good incentive to be using this link. So you're gonna go ahead and press on open a shop today. You're gonna use either your Google, email, Facebook, Apple, whichever you decide, go ahead and use that. It might ask you for a verification code, so you can do that step as well. Let's go through the prompts. So either you are starting new or you have already a business and you want to sell for the first time on Etsy, or you want to expand your online presence. So let's say I am just starting to sell for the first time. Maybe that's your case. So let's do that. Next. These are some interesting resources that they have. So if you are first starting, maybe they'll provide you with some resources about taking photos of your products or a shop name. Let me actually press on these and see what kind of resource they provide us. Okay, start your shop. So we're selecting the language English, select your country and the currency that you would like to receive for your orders. Save and continue. And here we're going to write our shop name. So we need to have something unique that has not been used before. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to use my name. It's available, so we're going to move forward with it. Okay, so now it's asking me to create a listing. Normally, I wouldn't want you to create a listing right now just because we want to set up our shop, but I cannot skip this part yet. So let's go over it quickly and then we can move on to the next steps. So the first thing they're asking from us is to add a picture. So the bigger or the better quality it is, definitely use that so that your products look nice and not pixelated. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick a picture. Now, if you have more pictures of the same product, please add it in because people like to see as many pictures of the product before they decide to buy. So I've added a few variations of the same product, but the reason it's showing this sign here is because it would recommend that I use an even higher resolution. So something at least 2000 pixels. So that's Etsy's recommendation. Now you can choose which one of these is going to be your thumbnail. This one is fine, but I don't like how the logo here is cut off, so I can just adjust it. Either I can zoom in or just move it down a little bit. It really does not look good if you have a thumbnail that is cut off, so try your best to include a good composition in this thumbnail over here. Now, this is a kind of a new feature in Etsy where they do encourage you to add a video. And this is based on some statistics that they have, like people are more willing to buy something if there is a video that kind of shows the product. So please do consider adding video here. Okay, add a title for your product and then select who made it. And select if it's a finished product or it's a supply. In this case, it's a finished product, and then decide on the year that it was made. So either it's made to order or it's created during these dates or it's something vintage. So these are the things that actually Etsy lets you sell on their platform. In here, we're gonna select the category which our product belongs to. In this case, it's prints. Print and digital prints, so that works. You can also choose the main colors. These are all to help you get your product found on Etsy. So the more information you can provide, the better. So a primary color, a secondary color, the dimension. So you can mention that over here. So mine is 11 inch by 14. and then can decide if the orientation is horizontal or vertical, if it's framed or unframed. So the more information you can give, the better. In terms of home style, maybe your product fits one of these styles over here, so you can mention that. And if it falls under a specific occasion, this would also help your product be found. And then under celebration, you can select the celebration that it works with. So actually, this one was recently added, finally, after many years. We've sent Etsy many requests, myself and other Muslim business owners. So finally, they have added Eid to the collection of celebrations. And then you can select a specific room and a subject. Maybe it's abstract with animals, fashion, food. So all of these are going to help the search engine find your product. And then you can decide if you want your product listing to be automatically renewed. So every 4 months, you will be charged 20 cents, or you can do it manually when it expires. So usually it expires after 4 months. And then you can choose if your product is physical or digital. If it's physical, then you would have to have shipping information, or if it's digital, then you will upload your file in here. Then in here, you can write a quick description. I would really suggest you go on Etsy and see how people are writing their descriptions, so you can take some inspiration from there. They do add a lot of information, so this is something that you can look into. Okay, and then in here you can add up to 13 tags. This will also help the search engine get your product found. So you would add, like in my case, I would add Arabic poster, educational poster. So things like that, up to 13. And then in the material as well, you can add more information. You can add up to 13. And then for the price, you can price it as you want. So I'm gonna say 20, the amount of quantities that you have. If you offer any personalization, then you can add this button over here, and this will help the buyer add more information when they order your product, so that there is no like back and forth about this personalized order. And over here is where you would add the files. You can add up to 20 files, and this is what the customer is going to download. Now, if I added a physical product, then this bottom part will be changed. Over here is where you would add the shipping information. So you can be as detailed as possible in this section. Okay, I'm gonna save and continue. So now it's telling me, do you want to add more listings or do this later? I'll do this later, because you know what, you can copy the same listing, and so that you don't have to start from scratch every time. So I'll do that later. Now this section is where you need to enter your bank information in order to get paid. So you want to have this information handy. You can specify if you're individual or you are a business, and then if you have your tax information, then you would add this information. And down here, this is the information that you would need. So I'm just going to show you so you have it on hand when you start your Etsy shop. So you need a bank name, the institution number, transit number, and account number in order to move forward and get paid. So without that information, you can't really move forward. So I suggest you have this information, set up your banking, set up your billing information, and you are good to go. Let's do a few things to get it started. Over here where it says Shop Manager, this is the back end where you're going to see a lot of your information. And then you can go back to the shop when you press on this button over here. Okay, so things that you can do is add your logo, add a personal picture of yourself or just a color or anything, so you don't have to show yourself if you don't want to. And we can add a banner to the shop. And the first thing that we can do is go to Edit Shop. on this tab over here, this is where we can add a banner. And the way that you can do this, if you go into Canva, you can type in Etsy and it will actually create any template that you would like. So in this case, we want an Etsy shop banner. So over here we have templates that are already created. So these are the right dimension for any banner. So go ahead and create your banner and then go inside Etsy and change that. So here I have a banner already created for my business. I'm gonna add that and save. And then all our listings are going to start showing up here once we start adding them. There really isn't much for you to do on this page. You can add information about your business. So here in the back end, you can go back to listing and start adding your listings. So the way you would do that is press on add listings. Okay. And the same way we did it, so we're going to add a photo, we're going to add a video, the title, how it's made, and as much information as we can so that our product is found. And then once you do that, just press on the publish button. This button over here shows all your orders and it tracks what has been delivered and what is still being processed. Under finances, this is where you can see all the information about how much you've earned, and it kind of breaks down all the fees. Under the marketing section, this is where you can create coupons or discounts for your products. So you can either decide to run a sale, which will apply on all your products. So you can decide either a percentage off or a free delivery. So if you wanted to add a percentage off, you would just write 10%. You can decide where this is going to be valid, the minimum order of items, and the duration you want to set this, this promotion. Or the other way is to create a promo code. So this is a discount code that you would share with your followers or people on your email list, and only those people can enter this promo code. Under the settings button, you can go ahead and enter all the information about your business. So you can go into the appearance, change your logo in this section. You can add your delivery information, the refund policy, and other policies that you might have. If somebody messages you about your product, this is where you're gonna find your messages, and then you can respond to them in here. Okay, so that's all you need to know about starting an Etsy shop. It's kind of straightforward. So if you decide that you're not going to create a website, then you want to sell your products on a platform, I really suggest you use Etsy because it is a very strong search engine, and people who are looking for specific products are going to find you on Etsy.